Hello, welcome back. Welcome back to our discussion. So, here is the so-called disadvantages. I call them so-called because they are actually not disadvantages. Hmm? Of course, everything that have a pros have a cons, but there are some that can be easily mitigated. As in, there are some cons that can be easily mitigated than the other. So now let's talk about them. They said socialization. They said homeschool children they don't socialize. It is because they don't know what socialization is. I wrote a post on the blog. Please go and read it. It is about socialization. One of the things I said is that when people are using social media, you know, it actually cuts off people from the real world, and they prefer to go online and share things and learn things, you know, like that. Even though daddy and mommy can be beside them, friends and family can be beside them, wife can be beside husband, they don't know what is happening. And yet we call it social. We call Facebook social media, we call Instagram social media, because we can socialize in any form. It doesn't have to be in the four wall of school. These children they socialize even very well, far more than what you think. Somebody like me, for instance, they put me in school, but did I socialize? Till now, I cannot recollect a friend I had when I was in primary school because I was always on my own. So this is not to mean that every child must be put in homeschooling. Mm-mm. Do you understand? The same way conventional schooling don't pay all the children, doesn't pay all the children, the same way homeschooling does not pay all the children. Do you understand? That is why we'll be taking assessments. So please, I'm still reminding you now, go and take your assessment to know where you are and how you can learn. Taking your assessment doesn't mean that you have to give up on homeschooling. You just have to, it will let you to know your weaknesses and your strengths so that you can learn to grow. Everybody learn to grow. Anything that is humanly possible is possible for you too. So there's no I don't know how to do it. You have to learn it if you really want to. Do you understand? So it is not a matter of schooling, conventional schooling is better than homeschooling, or homeschooling is better than conventional schooling. Even though people like Robert Kiyosaki, he opined that homeschooling is actually better because it gives the children to develop very well. It gives flexible, you know, flexible curriculum. You can incorporate anything you want into your curriculum, and and they'll be doing very fine. So now that is it about socialization. They go out, they move with neighbor, they go with neighbor, they go to park, they go and play with other children elsewhere, they meet new people. I ensure that, me personally, I ensure that my children actually move, they see new people all the time. I ensure that. And that is one of the reasons why we created this platform, so that any homeschooling mother around the same community with you, we can actually form a meetup, a social day where all these children they can meet. Do you understand? That is one of the reasons. So we can mitigate them. So I now put a question. What questions do you have? That is one of the reasons I put this. Do you think socialization is actually affecting homeschooled children? Do you think so? Drop your answer down here. Then way forward. Way forward is one of the reasons we created this platform. It is so that we can connect by local governments with other people who are homeschooling their children as well. So maybe it is once in a week, maybe it is once in a month, whatever. But so that we can mitigate it. Taking children to park, to fun fair, things like this, they actually help people a lot to socialize. We went to fun fair recently, and I realized that my children were doing just as the other children, even though I know that majority of the children I saw, they were going to conventional schools. So one of my children was actually sitting alone. She was sitting alone because that is how she is ordinarily. Just like mother, when mother was small, I'm referring to myself. I used to stay alone. I enjoy staying alone. You understand? Even till now, I brainstorm more. Ideas come to me more when I'm alone. So that is way forward. The second one, they said there is no competition. Is competition really necessary? Is competition necessary? That is my question. Please answer it before you go forward. um you will hear about people committing suicide here and there, people killing another people just to be rich, people kidnap other people. All these, they are the effect of the competition they have set up right from when we were young. We all have that mindset of competing with other people. We compare our children with other people's children. We compare our husband with other people's husband. We compare our wife with other people's wife. We compare even our house with other people's house. We compare our earning and we want to be earning like the same like other people. Like for instance, some people will talk to me, they will say, I want to be like Yuki Fire. I said, you know what? Don't be like me unless you want to really be broke. Sometimes I don't have any money in my account. And that is the truth. Be like yourself. You are awesome, but you can achieve more. You can be legendary. You can be a legend. Do you understand? We can live a legendary life. So don't be like Ifaya. Why do you want to be like Ifaya? Because it is all about competition, right? Well, so this is how competition starts. We start this competition and we say there's no competition. Why should they be competing? Why should competition? So when this one passes than the other, in fact, I even had recently in one of the popular school, I will not mention the school, this child actually put poison inside another of his classmates, put poison in it so that she can drink it. What is her offense? He said that he outperformed him. He said that she outperformed him. So can you imagine? That is competition. That is what we are breeding. Somebody must carry first position, another must carry second position, maybe the other person will carry last. And when the child realizes that she or he could not cope again, then a child becomes depressed. So, because we are always wanting to compete with other people, socialization is not the same thing as competition. Yes, I get it. If you say the children don't socialize enough, yes, we can create the social environment for them so that they can socialize. And sorry, by the way, how is sitting on the desk together with other people, with a teacher teaching everybody the same thing, how is this socialization? Yeah, they learn a lot of tricks and defending tactics, a lot of, but honestly it doesn't work with all children. Some children, they will carry this bad mind out of their primary school even to secondary schools, just because of this competition. So way forward is that we need to know that honestly competition is bad for children, because this is what leads to adults killing another just because they are competing with another. They want to be rich like another person, they want to talk like another person. Until I started accepting myself, I started accepting the fact that I'm from the village. It used to be very shameful thing for me then, that I came from a village. So I would not talk, I would not do anything until I accepted my weaknesses, until I accepted everything about me, that definitely all these things that I'm into, they are meant to take me to wherever I'm destined to be, the great height I'm destined to be. So pardon the way I speak, pardon the way I present myself, but I know that I'm going further by God's grace. So let's move forward. The next one is low self-esteem. Here is it, low self-esteem. Somebody commented on my blog post today, I think today, yeah. She commented that I wrote a letter to my child, my 8-year-old child. You can read it too. But the comment she made was that my child was bullied because she's been homeschooled. And I made her understand that this is the problem. Whether you are being homeschooled or you are going to conventional school doesn't mean that you won't be bullied or you'll be bullied. Bully are everywhere. They are home, they are in school, they are everywhere. I will mention Robert Kiyosaki. Robert Kiyosaki himself was being bullied while he was in primary school. Why? Because they teach him to be good. The mother taught, and because they taught him to be good, the mother taught Robert to be good, to be a good boy. So because he was trying to be a good boy, or that the small boys started bullying him. He had a very big stature, and mother feared that if he were to be returning their bad comments and all that, perhaps he might hit them and wound them. So mother taught Robert to be a good boy, and because of that, Robert could not defend himself any longer until one day it really got into him when the teacher wrote at the end of his report that he could not defend himself. So father now taught him, why didn't you defend yourself? Were you happy with it? You don't have to beat and you don't have to abuse, but do it. Just do it anyhow. And that was how the bully stopped for her. When you get to school, you will hear a lot of stories around bully. So why should someone say a child is being bullied simply because she's being homeschooled? For crying out loud. The funny thing is that her siblings, her younger ones, they know how to defend themselves. I didn't teach them. It is in them. They know how to claim their rights. They know how to argue and be stubborn. But my first child, she's a very gentle, a very good girl. You understand? In fact, she does most of the things around home. She takes care of the child, of her siblings. She takes care of the home. She reads without even being taught. She does her work. That is it. So low self-esteem. The question is, do you think low self-esteem is as a result of homeschooling? Let me hear your thoughts. Drop it in the comment section. Now, what is the way forward? Way forward is that we need to know that we should teach our children how to defend themselves. One of the ways they can use to defend themselves is by learning life skills. Life skills like horse riding, swimming, gymnastics, um, martial arts, etc. I put them in one of the posts, and that is one of the reasons we created this group too, so that when we need help, I have a lot of contributors. In fact, over 100 of them, they were waiting for, in fact, they are still waiting for me to send them request letter to join the group, but I haven't, because we are just building our team. Thank God we are increasing, and if you want to join our team too, please kindly signify in the comment section. I will reply you, or tell someone to reply you, please. So we want to make sure that our children, they are able to learn all these skills even at an affordable rate. You know what? When I realized that one of the reasons why I started this homeschooling campaign, I've had it in mind for a long time, but I never thought I would start it now. It always pained my heart to see that it is only rich children that are getting quality education, especially when it comes to life skills. The schools around here that paid 100,000, they don't do martial arts there. They don't do swimming. It is just learning within the class. That is what they do. So you can imagine. So if you don't have like 200,000 naira to be paying per term, or 300,000, well, in some schools with 100,000 naira they have some of the skills, but they don't have it all. So I have a lot of people who showed interest to be part of our tutor, to be part of our instructor. We have horse ride, we have different things. So we will hire them per local government. They will come to us. When they teach these children, they will teach by local government. When they teach them, it boosts their confidence, it boosts their morale, it boosts their, as in, it reduces their, it increases their self-esteem. So that is the way forward to self-esteem. Let's move forward. So they said it may have effects, may affect the involved parent earning. For instance, as I'm homeschooling my children, it is expected that it will affect my earning. Let me tell you the truth. It's because I'm homeschooling my children that I'm even earning what I'm earning. I don't earn much. I earn between let me keep it to myself. But I earn six figures. Mm-hmm. I earn six figures. So you can think about the amount, but I earn in six figures per month. So in fact it's one of the miracle behind my involvement. You see, as I evolve, it's because I homeschool my children, because I had to seek alternative on the internet. I had to learn how to make money on the internet, and I started teaching other people too how to make money on the internet. So you can see why I call them the so-called disadvantages now. I'm not saying it doesn't have a disadvantage, and please, you have to take your assessment to know where you are and what you need to do. So they say it may affect parent time, learning, and growth. Honestly, this can be true, but it might not be true as well. Before you go forward, answer this. Do you think it can affect it? Share your mind, share your thoughts in the comment section. And the way forward is that you'll learn how to leverage. We're going to treat that under time management. Thank you. Look forward to the next recording.